Hi everybody! So on today's video powered by MOTOREX, we will service a front fork together. So here is my 48 cone valve fork from my rally bike. It's been racing the Dakar 2020. So you can do your own fork at home if you have the right tools and material. So let's see together how we do it. As always, before starting disassembling, we're gonna count our clickers and check our preload as well.
Okay.
So now don't forget to open completely the clickers. And we finish with the preload. So it has 3.5 turns. So one of the advantages with the cone valves is if you don't have to replace the seals, you can unlock it that way. Normally you can do it manually. I'll remove the bushes. I'll remove also the seal holder. I'll clean properly my tube. Why am I using brake cleaner? Because it keeps the parts very dry. And I'm also checking how is my fork looking like. Maybe I hit some rocks or something damaged the bottom part. But it's looking good.
For the same reason as before?
Because it keeps the parts clean and dry. So when you do the basic services every, let's say, 20 hours, you don't have to change the oil in the cartridge all the time, because it's a little bit more tricky, but we will do it together. So I put my fork here just to hold it, like it's not tight or anything, just hold it on it. So I take my spanner here, and here I've got a pin socket. Okay. So when I push the rod, it pushes up the piston. Let it rest a little bit like that, then all the oil will go down. The best is to open from here, then you have the access to the piston and you can clean all the shims and the piston internally, but that means you will need a special tool to lock it here and to open it. I'll put a cloth in a vise to protect my seal holder, and I'll come and pull the fork seals. Done. Fork seals kit and a bush kit. Alright, so to press the new fork seals in, So I'm gonna put them in the spot here. I use my tool the same as I'm using normally for the fork seals on normal forks. I'll use it as a press. Okay, so make sure it's in the bottom and that I can fit the clip. So the clip, sometimes they are rounded one side, so I'll make sure the sharp side is on the outside to ensure the proper lock. So it's all in. The new dust seals, same process. I can either fit them manually or with the tool. Up. Be careful with the spring. So I've got the seals grease and I put it here all around. Okay, so now I'll start reassembling. We will put back the seal holders. So if you don't have the special tool to protect the lips of your seals from these sharp edges, you can use tape like this, really thin tape, and you make just one turn. So this way it will be protected. I'll show you. Put it around and you can turn it when you put it on. You will take a little bit of fork oil and you will apply some oil on the new bushes.
Okay.
So you start with that one first. Okay. And the second one. So we can reassemble it. So our lower part and upper part are both assembled. We'll now have to work on the cartridge. Okay, so I poured some oil in it and I'll come and bleed the cartridge. So by pushing up, and down. So repeat this process until I don't feel any air in the system. So at the moment I poured about 100 milliliters. So I'll let it rest a little bit, compressed, just to let all the small bubbles of air going up, and I'll bleed a little bit again in a bit. So that little system is an idea from the KTM factory team. They had it before in the workshop, and I liked a lot the idea, and I like the little tracks. So I did it here just to, you know, keep the ground clean, and when it leaks a little bit after serving oil, then it goes directly here. Put a little bit of oil on my sealing parts here. Okay. As I press the piston up until I see the oil on the holes. Okay. Now don't tight it so much, because then you won't be able to open it again. So inside the cartridge here I have more or less 120-130 milliliters of oil. So I'm using the MOTOREX Racing Fork Oil 4W. Okay, something important to do is to measure the spring length, including the two bushes you have here. 485. Okay, So then you have to follow the setting list and see what is the right measurement for your spring. If it's 488 for example, then I have to change the spaces, and you can order the different sizes. Alright, so now I don't forget to put back the adjusting rod, the rebound clickers, and I'll put back also the rebound adjuster. I make sure that it is all open. If you want to understand how the preload adjuster is working, I'm gonna show you now. So the preload adjuster, you can see here, like there is 0 preload. So if I put like like 3 turns for example, you can see now there is some preload here. So in the end it pushes here that spacer down, okay? Alright, so I'm pouring 390 milliliters.
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
12. So we open of 12 clicks on my case.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
17. So it was 17 for me. So now we're gonna talk about the oil quantity and how you can play with it. So the manufacturer gives you a range. For example, from 350 to 390 milliliters of oil in the outer cartridge. It changes the filling of your fork, and especially for the bottom end. By putting more oil, you get less air. So oil is not compressible, but air is. The smaller your air chamber is, the harder your fork will be. One of the last things to play with your suspensions when you will reassemble your fork on your bike, you can adjust the height of your fork. So it will affect on the balance of your bike. If you want a little bit more stability, you will push the fork down to make the front higher, and if you want a bit more ability to turn and more agility, then you will push the fork up so the bike will go down. So that's it for our fork service video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you have good tips and advices from it. Now it's your turn to service your forks, and if you have any more questions, feel free to DM me and we'll try to get back to you with the right answers. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more.